Can you imagine?
Yes.
You meet somebody one day and they cussing and raising hell. And the next day you meet them, they talking about Jesus saves. That's quite a different attitude.
Yes.
Where Paul and Silas was at the Roman colony in Philippi jail.
Well,
It takes little imagination to see that this Roman jail was a typical official with no sympathy for men and not interested in the Lord.
yes.
Here she talking about the Lord had saved her and wanted everybody around to believe in the Lord as she did.
Yeah.
That immediately got her in trouble.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And not only did it get her in trouble, got me Paul and Silas put in jail.
Yes.
Now, if you stop for a minute, had it been me, I don't know what I would have held out for jail time. I don't know whether I would have stayed with the story. Can I get a witness? But these two men of God did not change their ways. They continually held on to their faith. Irregardless of how the jailer was instructed to lock them down. Even though Paul and Silas had been humiliated and beaten, the jailer added to their suffering by thrashing them into the inner prison, putting their feet in stocks. Not just throwing them in there, but locking them down. And then he left them and went about his business. But finally, he went to sleep. For at midnight. But at midnight, a song came to Paul and Silas' mind. They began to sing, Paul and Silas, and then they began to pray and insist on praying to the Lord. Instead, if it had been me, I'd have been complaining about me being locked up. But I hadn't done nothing. But instead of them complaining at midnight, God went to work and shut the prison. And all the prisoners was released. I stopped by to tell you, when God works in our lives, everything that is not will come to be.
That's right, sir.
When God works in our lives, He will unlock our spirit of hatred. When the Lord works in our life, He'll unlock the spirit of trying to outdo other folk. The jailer, on awakening, tried to commit suicide. He saw that he was not in control of anything. I stopped by to tell you, prayer will take over. You can't do nothing when God begins to work. The prison man that was over those who were in prison thought he had everything under control. But when he looked around, even the doors were open. Not only were they open, but they were open wide enough that men could have walked out. Their hands and feet were free. I stopped by to tell you midnight prayer will free your hand. Midnight prayer will free your feet. Midnight prayer will make you stay home when you want to go out. Midnight prayer will free you. I'll stop by to tell you, if you believe in the Lord. The jailer awakened, tried to commit suicide when Paul not only called out to him to stop, don't hurt yourself. Everybody is still here. They're still here in jail. The man that kept the prison knew that he had let any of the soldiers or any of the prisoners get out away from him, that he was subject to be killed right there on the spot. Paul declared to him that everybody was still in place. I'm kind of glad that prison keeper did not kill himself. He had not been saved yet. His soul possibly would have ended up in hell. But Paul's love for God's grace reached out to the man's heart. And he was converted right there in jail. When the promise of salvation was to all of the jailers' houses, because after the jailer had been saved, he went home and preached the gospel, and his whole house was saved. The jailer proved that he had truly been converted by washing the apostles' wounds, feeding them in his house. We can talk about we're being saved, how being saved have not brought something forth out of us being saved. We're still a ranks and we open up our hearts to the Lord, then we will open up our home to those who lost. Can I get a witness? Can you imagine a Philippi jail that used to hold prisoners, now are holding Christians? I'll stop by to tell you that Philippi jail never was the same jail that held prisoners. Can I get a witness? The Lord will bless you wherever you are. He'll free your soul and give you joy even at midnight. Can I get a witness? Paul and Silas did not mind calling upon the Lord. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter where they had to call upon him. They call upon him all the time. I stopped by to tell you the Lord will free us in prison from ourselves. You don't have to be locked up behind prison doors to be in prison. Some of us is in prison sin. Some of us are in prison of finance. Some of us are in prison of hatred. Some of us are in prison. We cannot forgive our brother. But I stop by to tell you, if you fall out on the knee, you can be at the midnight hour. The Lord will forgive you and give you another chance. And I will witness, I dare you to call on the Lord when you're in the midst of your trouble. The Lord will fight your battle for your soul. I'm so glad, I said I'm glad that I have a Savior. Go on the inside and free on the outside. All in silence, they kept on praying, they kept on singing, till after a while, heaven got to know the Lord didn't only unlock the door, he shut the wall of the prison, freed them without a key. My Lord, he's able to open doors that's closed in our face. My Lord, he's able to pick you up, turn you around. Yeah. Just the other day, I saw him when he got up out the grave, and the dead began to walk around free from the grave. The God Almighty